Good morning, students. Today we'll be continuing with last topic, insecticides. So coming to the insecticides lecture, part 2. Insecticides are very important in the form of environmental health. Okay, we have many arboviral diseases, we have many insect-borne diseases, vector-borne diseases, which account for a large morbidity and mortality of communicable diseases. Okay, the best example are malaria, dengue, chikungunya, West Nile fever, and all the mosquito-borne diseases. Other insects such as rat flea, tsetse fly, and cyclops, etc., also transmit insect transmitted diseases. Okay, and that's why to break the chain of transmission of these vector-borne diseases, insecticides are the most important link. So organophosphates are one of the most important insecticides. They include all insecticides containing phosphorus, organic phosphates, phosphorus insecticides, nerve gas relatives, and phosphoric acid esters are the types of organophosphates. Chemical structure and mode of action is similar to nerve gases. They have got two distinct features, which are they are more toxic to vertebrates than other class of insecticides, and most are chemically unstable or non-persistent. Mode of action, they inhibit the enzyme cholinesterase, and classification generally divided into three groups: aliphatic derivatives, phenyl derivatives, and heterocyclic derivatives. The aliphatic derivatives are TEPP, malathion, trichlorphone, monocryptophos, and dimethoate. Phenyl derivatives generally are more stable than aliphatics. Residues are long lasting. Example are parathion, methyl parathion, prophenophos, and pentheon, etc. Heterocyclic derivatives are ring structures composed of different or unlike atoms. Example oxygen, nitrogen, or sulfur, and diazone, methidiazone, etc. Then we have carbamates, which are derivatives of carbamic acid. First successful carbamate was carbaryl, which was introduced in 1956 as an insecticide. Two distinct qualities of carbamates are low mammalian oral and dermal toxicity and broad spectrum of insect control. So that's why carbamates, they started replacing organophosphorus because they have low mammalian toxicity. The other carbamates are aldricard, carbofurane, thiodicarb, and propoxur, etc. More recently introduced include primicarb, indoxacarb, furathiocarb, and alanicarb. Mode of action of carbamates is to inhibit the vital enzyme cholinesterase. Then we have synthetic pyrethroids, which are 10 times effective as naturally occurring pyrethrins. They include tetramethrin, risethrin, prothrine, and proparthrin. Divided into 4 generations. Mode of action is similar to DDT and are considered axonic poisons. Work by keeping open the sodium channels in neuronal membranes. They affect both central and peripheral nervous system. Inorganic insecticides, which do not contain carbon. Okay, so these are inorganic compounds. White crystals, stable chemicals, they are usually water soluble. Sulfur is the oldest known effective insecticide. Other inorganic compounds used as insecticides are mercury, boron, thallium, arsenic, antimony, and fluoride, and their compounds. Arsenicals include copper arsenate, Paris green, lead arsenate, and calcium arsenate. Inorganic fluorides are sodium fluoride, barium fluorosilicate, and cryolite. Boric acid acts as a stomach poison and insect cuticle wax absorber. The last group of inorganics is silica gel or silica aerogels, which are light, fluffy silicate dust which are used for household insect control. Silica aerogels kill insect by absorbing waxes from the insect cuticle, permitting the continuous loss of water from the insect body, causing the insect to become desiccated and die from dehydration. The new insecticide classes include methoxyacrylates, naphthoquins, Nerexion analogs, pyridine, azomethine, pyrimidinamines, and tetronic acids. Then we have botanicals, which are natural insecticides or toxicants derived from plants. These are tobacco, pyrethrum, nerines, camphor, and turpentine. Some of important plant products in use before organized research of insecticides began in early 40s. Botanical insecticides were used in the US and it peaked in 1966. New plant-derived insecticides that have come into use of referred to as floral or scented plant chemicals, which are pithier, limonene, nicotine, neem, and rotenone. Synergists or activators are materials used with insecticides to synergize or enhance the activity of insecticides. The first was used in 1940 to increase the effectiveness of pyrethrum. The current synergists which are used are piperonyl butoxide. The mode of action, they inhibit cytochrome P450 dependent polysubstrate monooxygenase or PSMO, an enzyme which is produced by microsomes. PSOM binds the enzyme that degrades synergized compound, and they bind oxidative enzymes and prevent from degrading the toxicant. The biorational insecticides are substances of natural origin that has a lethal effect on specific target pests and have little or no adverse effects on wildlife and the environment. They are grouped as biochemicals, which are hormones, enzymes, pheromone, and natural agents like insect and plant growth regulators, and microbials such as viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and nematodes. The transgenic pesticides include a transgenic crop is genetically modified organism. Transgenic indicates that a transfer of genes has occurred during recombinant DNA technology. Transgenic crop contains one or more genes that have been inserted artificially, either from an unrelated plant or from different species altogether. The modification of crops to increase the resistance of plants to insects and diseases. Okay, so these transgenic pesticides are used for crops, and after the genetically modification of these crops, they are more resistant to insects and other foreign problems. This makes the plants safer for the consumer and allows the farmer to save money on chemicals. So we have a bacteria, the DNA extraction and isolation from that bacteria, the cloning and designing of genes and transformation to the plant cells, the cell and tissue culture of those plants, and then breeding of those plants will lead to the genetically modified plants, which are more resistant to the insecticides. There can be various side effects from the insecticides, from organophosphates, from carbamates, which can include and affect the brain and CNS system by inhalation through nose, through mouth, or by food, or by entering into the absorption through the skin. These insecticides can affect the respiratory system, kidneys, liver, and endocrine system, and they can also affect hairs, dermal, breast milk, or blood through modification of RBCs or plasma. They can affect urine, they can affect adipose tissue or body fat, and these are the various systems which can be affected through these various insecticides. The pesticides resistance, it affects the plant protection, the public health, and animal health. Okay, so the pesticide resistance is the most important factor as far as the plants are considered, as far as public health or the general health of human beings is considered, or animal health is considered. The definition of pesticide resistance, according to WHO, the development of an ability in strain of insects to tolerate doses of toxicants, which could prove lethal to the majority of individuals in normal population of the same species. As per the Insecticide Resistance Action Committee, insecticide resistance is a heritable change in the sensitivity of a pest population that is reflected in the repeated failure of a product to achieve the expected level of control when used according to the label recommendation for that pest species. The factors responsible are insecticides that fail to break down quickly and remain in the area contribute to resistance even after they are no longer being applied. The pesticide trap or a pesticide treadmill can be the cause of resistance. Insect predators and parasites which live on other insects are much less likely to develop resistance than insects such as mosquitoes and those that feed on plants. The less source of food a pest has, the more likely it is to develop resistance. The first known case of pesticide resistance occurred with DDT in Sweden in 1946, shortly after the chemical was first used. So first, insects, they will be eating the plants. Okay, then we apply the pesticide on those plants. The resistant individuals survive from the application of even after the application of pesticide, and those who have survived from the application of pesticide, they survive, they reproduce, and they even after the further application of pesticide, they will survive and they will grow and they will affect the plant. The physiology of insecticide resistance: pest may gain an increased number of copies of a gene, allowing it to produce more of protective enzyme that breaks down the insecticide into less toxic chemicals. The number of biochemical receptors for the chemicals may be reduced in the pest, or the receptor may be altered, reducing the pest sensitivity to the compound. Behavioral resistance has also been described for some chemicals. And then we have multiple resistance and cross resistance, which can be there in the different insects. The toxicity of insecticides, which we have already discussed. Organochlorine compounds, they are nerve poisons. They increase nerve excitability and causes tremors and convulsions. DDT is the least toxic of these compounds. Deltrine poisoning is more frequent than DDT and HCl. The treatment are barbiturates, especially phenobarbital, and stomach washouts, stomach wash, okay, and gastric lavage and other symptomatic treatment is necessary. Organophosphates and carbamates, they interfere with mechanism of transmission of nerve impulses, acts by inhibiting acetylcholinesterase. Symptoms are headaches, giddiness, cold, sweating, salivation, uncontrolled urination and defecation, unconsciousness, and in extreme cases, paralysis of respiratory centers. Treatment given is atropine, 1 to 2 milligram intramuscular, which can be repeated after 30 minutes interval, and 2 PAM iodine or 2 PM chloride and P2S. The Insecticide Regulation Act of 1968 is an act to regulate the impact, manufacture, sale, transport, distribution, and use of insecticide with a view to prevent risk to human beings or animals and for matters connected therewith. And that's all regarding the second part of insecticides. Thank you.